Hey, Carol, and Justina.
Hey.
Hi. Hello.
Hello. Carol, your puppy's so cute.
He's come a long way since I got him.
How late did you stay at the ballots last night counting?
Oh, I was out by 9:15.
Okay.
Did it run relatively smoothly for you guys?
Yeah, it's just the counting the write-ins that have to be done manually.
Ugh. I know one of my friends is on the flag board in Orange, and she said left at 2 a.m. and they.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
For last night, for yesterday?
Yeah.
What town?
Orange. Like
what?
The town in
How does it have that many people?
I know, you could probably have had the people line up social distance in the parking lot and counted them all.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Hey, Ashleen.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How was your trip?
It was great. A lot of outdoor time.
Cool. Did you guys paddle camp or were
no,
you
we just hiked.
Okay.
We just landed and pitched a tent for 2 weeks.
Were you continuously camping for 2 weeks or yeah?
Yeah, well, we rented a car and so
okay.
We drove to different trailheads and then we'd go out for multiple days and then camping.
Cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, Ted. Hey, Mike.
How we doing, folks?
Good. How are you?
All right.
Carol said voting went to 9:15. Not that bad.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad at all.
That's good. So people are at starting this whole conversation on my Facebook profile about wanting to have all of the write-in details published in the paper. And I was like, I don't know time-wise that can happen the same night. And we already have to get it in. I feel like that would have to be published the week after or something.
Right. And do they really want us to say that
I said
received
Donald
4
Duck.
votes and Santa Claus received 1 vote and
they said they
anybody except the incumbent received 1 vote. I mean, there are some serious write-ins, but there are a lot of people who think, oh, this is a good opportunity to just be goofy. And
that's what I said. And they said they want to see all of it.
Well, of course, it's a public process. If they want to come and sit and watch, they're welcome to do that. So I don't know. And of course, it would be up to the JO whether or not they want to publish it.
Right.
Gary, once again, is just in a beautiful, beautiful setting. Grab my paddle and paddle away.
I'll give everybody just another minute.
At least I can dream.
Yeah.
Guess we can at least get started. Does anybody have any adjustments, additions to the agenda? Hey, Marianne. Cool. Gary, do you want to give a update on emergency management stuff?
Sure. Really not much new. I did get a bunch of posters and I just got another batch promoting wearing masks. I gave them to most of the businesses in town as I walked up and down Main Street. I still have some more, and I believe you have some I left there, Monique. So if anybody needs a poster for their business or whatever, that the state put out. There are various messages on them, but they all promote wearing the mask. They're available. Also, yesterday I received the masks for the town. We were able to get enough for 25% of our population. So I've got like 700 masks roughly. They're available in the town office at the town clerk's. I left a bunch with Monique. You can get them there. If anybody needs more, let me and Monique know, and we'll make sure you get them. But got like 700 now, so they're pretty good quality, high quality, I would say. They're actually made by Hanes, the underwear people. But they're nice soft cotton. So you don't have to put your shorts over your head anymore. Also, yeah, I'm not supposed to say that, am I? I went to Pittsburgh last week and picked up gallons of hand sanitizer for the fire department, police department, and fast squad. So we should be in pretty good shape there. Other than that, I don't have anything. If you listened yesterday to the governor, the big change is in the schools.
Cool.
That's
Thanks,
all I
Gary.
Yep.
I don't think I have anything communications wise. People are using the Bradford Resilience email every once in a while, so that's been good. Volunteer coordination, we're still just getting together every 2 weeks just to, I guess, I don't know, socialize, let people know we're here. And yeah, I guess I don't have too much on that. So Ryan, do you want to do town government?
Sure. There's really no big updates that I can think of. We're going to have a select board meeting this Thursday. But other than that, I can't think of any pressing issues that have happened between last time and now.
Cool. Thank you. Ted, do you want to add anything?
Yeah, as Ryan said, there's really no updates directly related to COVID-19. Unrelated to that issue, we do have a new recreation director who started a week ago. He started on Monday the 3rd, and so I think it's exciting to see that sort of normal town operation is starting to get back to business. And I'll mention one thing, just a little precursor of what we're going to discuss at tomorrow's select board meeting. We've been told that a number of towns in Vermont, because of the issues of COVID and the problem of people signing petitions and the challenges that faces with maintaining social distancing, we're going to discuss. I don't think we're going to make a decision tomorrow night, but we're going to discuss whether or not it makes sense to require funding requests and other requests to be submitted by petition. And if we don't want to require petitions, with 5% of the voters in the checklist, what do we do to prevent, anybody could send anything in and we could have a warning that goes on forever. So that's something we'll be beginning the discussion tomorrow, but I don't expect we'll be making any decisions immediately. But that's about all that's going on with town business.
Cool. Thanks, Ted. Let's see, and I don't see Sarah, so I don't see Ayla. Ashleen or Mike, are there any updates from Little Rivers as far as health related stuff goes?
I reported last time that our turnaround time, because we were using Quest for the COVID testing, was fairly lengthy. We switched to Cottage Hospital and dropping off our samples there, and so our turnaround time has significantly been reduced. So we're around 24, 48 hours now for testing turnaround times, as opposed to the 8 to 13 days that we were a couple weeks ago.
Wow, nice.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, and still working collaboratively with the schools to see how our medical team can support, the schools. So that's an ongoing conversation and collaboration as well. That's all I got.
Awesome.
I don't have
Ashleen,
anything.
did you have? Okay, cool. I know you've been away. I don't see Aaron and Marvin. I don't think there's anything business wise. I guess the Bradford Business Association is still meeting monthly on Zoom. Sarah Pushy dropped off as like president, so the next one will be our last meeting. So we're trying to, if anybody wants to step into that role. Otherwise, I think we're gonna do a team role. And I guess because of COVID, we're not gonna do Midnight Madness. Farmway's gonna do like a week-long thing, but the town in general isn't gonna do one. And a big part of it is just because like, well, one, just distancing and that kind of stuff, but also like the JO usually does a flyer, but they just can't like justify trying to basically go after ads from people and the time that takes to do that. So all those things. And let's see, Carol Freeman.
I don't have anything new about seniors. I don't know if Marianne does. Things just seem to be going along as last time. I don't think we've lost any participants in Meals on Wheels, but there's not been an uptick either.
Yeah, not much to report here. I know that OSIP Adult Day is mailing out some care packages to their participants with some activities and reaching out like that. I think they've realized they're not going to be having people in person anytime soon. And I just received an email this week that commodity applications can, oops, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Commodity applications can be done online. So if you hear of anybody wanting to apply for commodities, I was just writing my newsletter article for the senior center. I'm going to mention it in that. That should make it easy if anybody's not on it already and wants to get on.
Can you give more information about like what that would kind of encompass?
The commodities program is a monthly food drop. You know, I think the standard that comes to mind is, you know, the cheese, dairy products, you know, kind of surplus items. There are sometimes vegetables, canned goods, you know, potatoes, carrots, things that are fairly non-perishable vegetables. So, and there's a drop off. I was just trying to look, I know in the past, the drop off, I think, was at the church across from the town hall, like the first Monday of the month in Bradford. I'm not sure if that's still the same. I was going to check with the people that run the program there.
Okay.
So I'll put that in the newsletter for the senior center.
Okay, great. Yeah, and I did see OSIP is doing virtual activities, I guess.
Yeah.
So on our Facebook.
Okay. Yep. Great.
Cool. I don't see Gail or anybody from. Oh, Danielle said she couldn't make it. Yeah, I don't think other than the like governor's update that there's too much on this that I know of for the school. They are doing their like the second budget vote on September 1st. That's all I know of though. Carol Taylor, anything from churches? Are churches like back and going?
The Congo church is back, the Methodist isn't.
Okay.
We met Sunday for the first time. We're inside in the vestry, 6 feet apart, mass. We had 16 plus the pastor. So next week, I'm hoping that'll bring a few more people.
Cool. Let's see, Ramsey?
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. Sometimes I have issues with my headphones. So a couple things. There's still applications if people are behind in rent and it's COVID related. They can apply to Vermont State Housing Authority, and the landlord also has to apply. But I have had a couple landlords that have successfully received CARES Act money for that. I think it's up to like $3,500, so it's a pretty big chunk. So it's actually really helpful for some people. There is also some money for homeless people who are literally homeless. That's a little bit less constrictive than sometimes, and that money can be used for a variety of things. So if people are literally homeless, potentially being put up by the state in hotels, it can help pay a variety of things, moving costs. It can help pay sometimes, like if somebody owed money to some subsidized housing and that's preventing them from being able to move into subsidized housing, sometimes that can get paid. Sometimes I think utilities potentially. Some people were here, ended up stuck in Vermont during COVID and didn't have a way to get home, and those people sometimes that you can buy a plane ticket for somebody, or they're trying to be as creative as possible with trying to house people and kind of clear out the hotels. So if there are units available, then people could do it for things like security deposit and things like that. The units available thing is really tricky because there's really not much around. There's also some grant funds for, we've talked about this before, I believe, rehabilitation of units. If people have ones that could go online but are needing work, I think they're up to $30,000, and I think you have to agree to rent it to low income, or there's certain restrictions for like 5 years. You have to make an agreement if you take that grant. In addition, there is coming out on Friday, and I don't know details yet. The energy team is getting trained tomorrow afternoon. There's going to be some new money for, I think mostly it's going to be for probably electric, but for utilities, that's going to be available for people who they have to have some kind of COVID related issue to be why they're behind. And I think it's for anything since March 1st, not prior to March 1st, for back utility bills. So I don't know details about that yet. They're going to find out details tomorrow, and then we'll have more information about that.
Cool. Ramsey, do you know if I think before there was an eviction ban until August 15th. Do you know if that's being pushed back even further?
It has. I don't know I haven't heard what the date is at the moment, but it has been pushed back. Okay. I don't know if it's been pushed back farther than August 31st, but hopefully I will hear that in my 2 o'clock meeting is about, usually we have a housing update on that. So I've been scrambling trying to get some other things done for people, so I haven't had a chance to really look into some of that. I've been missing the governor's addresses since they changed times to our days, and I keep getting thrown off, and I'll be like, oh, I meant to listen to that. But so I haven't heard anything really new on that.
Okay, cool. And then hopefully you guys all saw, I just sent that information from down the street about the 3 new units that are going in for 3 homeless families at Whistle Stop. I think they said by the end of the year. So.
Yeah, and if anybody, one other question, I'm looking for probably a private lot that has access to water, sewer, and electric. If anybody knows of anything, I am working with a veteran who has a 4-season camper. They would really actually like to have more permanent housing, but he's being deployed and he really wants to know that his partner is in a okay place, and the place they're in right now is not working out. And I had asked down street about Whistle Stop if that would work, and they can't put a camper there. So if anybody has any idea in that area, any place where somebody might be able to hitch in a year-round camper, they would like to pay lot rent. He actually, because he was affected with COVID, he might be able to get actually a veteran's loan. They would like to buy a place, but he had to he's self-employed and his income had to show that he could support that loan. And you know, as soon as he's deployed, he obviously can, but he wants to make sure his partner is safe before then. So if anybody has any leads and wants to let me know, that would be great.
Okay. And then I haven't heard anything from Stagecoach or Mike at all. Does anybody have any other updates? Questions for each other? Cool. If I can have Carol, Taylor, Ashleen, and Justina stay on in the very least. Anybody else is welcome to stay on, but we have some back minutes to approve. But that's really it. Cool. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Do you guys have a chance to look at those? So what happened was I had minutes from Erin from the 17th of June and July 1st, and then we don't have minutes from the 2 later July meetings. So I did the best I could to just like, I couldn't tell who was at the meeting, but I figured it was a good best guess that like Carol's been to everyone and Brian. Justina, I didn't know, were you on both of those?
I don't think I was. I know I've missed them.
Okay.
Yeah, and I saw that email to look at them like 5 minutes before this.
Totally
meeting.
fine.
So
It's totally fine. We can even do it next week, but just so at least you have all the back ones. And I know that there's not much a record of the July ones, but at least we can show that like we didn't actually make any motions or do anything, and we didn't approve any minutes, so we didn't do anything without a quorum or something like that. So at least it shows that.
It's possible to do an electronic vote where we could all read them and then just vote by email. I don't know.
Yeah, actually we did put electronic voting bylaws. Yeah, so we could just do that. Yeah.
Okay.
Cool. Okay. Cool. We'll just send him out. Maybe Ashleen, if you need the recording, Ashleen, I can always give you the recording to fill in these or anything, but we could just send out the new ones and maybe just have everybody do all 5 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Brian.
About the new minutes that you sent?
So I sent the last 4 meetings worth of minutes, and then if we have we could just wait on these on this week's, but so Brian, we were just talking about doing everybody needs more time to read the minutes that I just sent out today because some of them are new. So it would just we'll just do an electronic vote since we allowed that in the bylaws, and just to vote on those 4 sets.
Yeah, that sounds reasonable to me. Sorry I'm late.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, and I'm sorry for the lack of detail in the July minutes. I just we didn't take it, most of it was just reporting out and we didn't take any action. So I figured that was enough in the minutes to just say nothing formally was done. So, but cool. And yeah, I guess I don't have anything new. And there wasn't anything super new brought up that you missed either on the earlier one. I think it's still good to meet. I don't know what you guys think, every 2 weeks. I feel like this is just summer mode, and as soon as I go back to school, things are going to be nuts again. But
I was on the call for the elementary school last night, and that's going to be awfully interesting. So,
so what are they doing?
So it amazed me that there were, when the call started, there were 67 people on there, and I guess half of those had to have been teachers, administrators. So, I mean, I think there was probably 25 parents, which is not a lot. And when we get to school, basically it's going to be a cluster because, I mean, they talked about the procedures for drop off and pickup and that type of stuff. I mean, it's going to be pretty intense. So basically when you go to school, when you're dropping your kids off, they have to have this card that answers these questions, and then they're going to take the temperature. So, I mean, already when you drop your kids off, it takes probably 10 minutes. It's probably going to be a half hour, 45 minutes sitting in line.
Wow.
Because they're literally going to have to get every kid out, which takes a minute. They're going to have to check over the card. If they haven't filled out a card, then they have to ask the questions, fill out a card, take the temperature, and then go. And I mean, on the on the pickup, it's going to be amazing because right now or in the past, they just send all the kids out that are being picked up and they mill around the playground in that area until the parents are there. And it takes, if you're at the end of the line, it takes 15, 20 minutes to get your kid. And now they're going to find your car and they're going to call that classroom and have your kid sent down. So, I mean, I got to believe that it's going to take a significant amount of time.
Yep.
So it's going to be interesting. And people who have kids at both schools where, they need to be there right before the bell rings. But there's a 10-minute window to drop your kid off at the elementary school and then get around to the high school and drop the second kid off. So,
oh man.
And I mean, that in the first couple of weeks, it's going to be challenging. So,
yep.
But I mean, other than that, it seems like they have a really good plan. It seems like it's pretty solid. So hopefully, going forward, there's going to be a learning curve, right? And and we'll get better at it. So it was really interesting.
Yeah. Huh.
So yeah. Anyway, so there's that. Do we have a whole lot of stuff? I mean, I know I see the volunteer opportunities coming out, but I mean, do you think we'll be doing? Do we have kind of other designs with the group?
No, I don't think so. Nothing like we're still doing like the volunteer social. We're still doing the like volunteer social every 2 weeks, but it's like just like 3 of us. It's like pretty small.
Okay.
Otherwise, we've just been sending out stuff. If you have ideas and stuff you want to do with it, like all open.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I don't know because I guess I am not getting enough information, data about what people in town are needing. And, it sounds like maybe the lack of that means that people aren't needing for a whole lot of stuff.
Yeah, we haven't got like any requests. I got a request for masks this morning, and like I'm probably going to see more of those, but that's like really it.
Yeah, and I mean, that's one of my big concerns when school gets back in is all these kids are going to be required to have 2 masks at least. The other thing that they're saying is those masks need to be washed every night.
Yeah, right.
Well, and so that's it, right? I mean, if you have kids wearing a mask all day, there's going to be a whole lot of hot breath in there. But some parents will have 4 masks and they'll rotate out to expect kids. So my guess is kids are going to come with 1 mask or no mask. And have to have some. So that might be something that, I mean, my grandmother lives in Florida and she knits hats for the elementary school. So I bring in a box of hats for kids who forget their hats. If they're forgetting their hats in the winter when it's cold, my guess is they're going to be forgetting their masks too. So, but yeah, I mean, I just kind of feel disconnected. So.
Yeah, just so you know, so I know like Bruce, he picked up like 5,400 masks for the school district, but I think it's supposed to be for like teachers and staff to each have like 10 or something. But then Gary has a box of like 700 and I have a box of 500. So, and Gary just drops them off. I'm basically just gonna like start putting out there that people can come pick up masks at the town offices and like here, and I feel like he said somewhere else. But we were thinking about doing like pickup days too, where people could just like come to a table and like pick up a mask or whatever, or 2 masks or whatever.
I wonder if it would be worth reaching out to the school to find out if there's one particular teacher that might want to, if we could mobilize people to donate sewing machines and fabric for a period of time. I mean, that would be a great opportunity to teach kids how to use a sewing machine. I know my mother-in-law's been teaching my daughter how to do it, and she's making clothes. I wonder if there would be any interest in something like that. Maybe 5th grade or 6th grade, something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I think
it's
that's
like a good idea.
5th or 6th grade was when I made do you remember the stuffy pillows? You got to choose from the list of different pillows that you wanted. Do you want to? Yeah. So.
Yeah. We can bring it up to Danielle.
Yeah, maybe I think, I don't know. anyway,
Yeah,
that's what I got.
it's worth trying. Or maybe Jean keeps missing these meetings but wants to help, so maybe we or I don't know any, but well, so I guess Skip is going to be the principal of the elementary school now, so
Yeah, it sounds like for the time being, he's going to be the principal there. They put the position out on School Spring, but I mean, the turnarounds, there wasn't much turnaround at all. So I think he's going to fill in until they can find somebody appropriate. And if that means he has to be there for the year, I think he will be. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I'm sure that he's still going to want to go to Mississippi in the in the winter. So.
Who teaches 5th and 6th grade?
So 5th grade is going to be Judy Slack and Jess Leffler, but Jess is going to be out to start the year, so they're going to have a long-term sub there.
Gotcha.
And then Amy Hayward and oh goodness, what is her name?
I wonder if Amy would be into trying to do something like that.
She might be. I can send her an email and find out if she'd be interested in doing something like that. I know the other 6th grade teacher would not be interested.
Yeah.
I can't. I'm blanking on her name, and I can't remember it. But but I know, that's not going to be something that she's interested in.
Or I wonder if Al Morrow, the art teacher, would be into trying to do something like that.
It would be a pretty cool project. I mean, you think about it, like they said, the first 6 weeks, they're going to be doing a lot. But the one, kind of question to that is, my guess is that the kids are not going to be allowed to go down to the art room, that there's going to be. So I think, to be able to set those up in one specific classroom, because I think instead of going to specials and that type of stuff, everything's going to happen in classroom. They're not allowed to go to the cafeteria. There's not allowed to go to the gym, any type of stuff. So, but maybe I'll put it out there. And, we'll see if there's any interest. Maybe we can wrangle up some people who would be willing to donate some, some machines.
Yeah, I bet.
So I don't know. Cool. Anyway, I want help, but it's hard because it just doesn't seem like. And everything lines up. It's like, hey, come berry picking in the middle of the day. I'm like, well, I got to work. So
yeah. You didn't want to snuggle a baby last week?
No, I did. It's so funny because I'm like, Dartmouth Hitchcock is 10 minutes from my office, and I thought maybe I could just go and snuggle a baby for like an hour, and then
I went into the worker's office, and I was like, I can't leave work to go snuggle a baby, right? Like I have to. Help me go, but
I'm thinking like the baby's going to be sleeping anyway, so I could probably still do work on my cell phone, right? So
totally.
And honestly, I probably don't have to worry about like disclosing personal information of clients when the baby's around. So
totally.
Because who's he going to tell, right? So. Awesome.
Well, thank you guys. And Ayla, we went through the main part pretty quick, so. But did you have anything you wanted us to get in the minutes?
I don't think so. I mean, I apologize. I was on vacation last week
and
didn't get a chance to check in with everybody at the beginning of this week, but I'm sure Ashleen had filled in any of the
Mike updated about the turnaround time for tests, which is good.
Oh, perfect. That was on my list. That we're partnering with Cottage to try and get 24 to 48 turnaround time, which has dramatically improved and helped quite a bit. We're still doing quite a bit of testing each week, as you can imagine. That fluctuates. I think I brought that up last time, but we're still in the process of, trying to coordinate with the schools and see what we can do for support and what the fall is going to look like. I know Steve Genero has been pretty active in trying to advise, from a medical standpoint, what that will look like, and should we get vaccines and flu testing and all of that sort of thing, and how we support them. So I think there's probably more to come, but nothing really, concrete right now as far as our plan or in our involvement. And I think, of course, we're doing a lot of reminding of people, wearing masks out in public. I'm sure that was throughout all of the different groups. People have been talking about that. And then just considerations again for people that are traveling, because things are changing so wanting to go to Maine, and that's changing week to week and that sort of thing. And also just considerations about a lot of the airlines are requiring negative COVID testing 48 hours prior to departure for those people that do need to travel, and certainly any procedural or dental appointments and whatnot. I think all offices are pretty good about warning patients, just getting the word out there that, you know, a lot of those types of facilities are requiring negative testing beforehand. So I'm trying to plan ahead, but I think that's
awesome.
it.
Thanks, Say.
Yeah.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Have a good week or two. All right. Bye.
Can I just send you a message?
Okay. Yeah. Oh,
Thanks.
you did?
Yeah, I did.
All right.
I always get them in my email. Okay.
Okay.
I'm looking. Yep.
All right. Bye.
All right. Bye.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Gail, we're just dropping off. Hey, Gail.
Actually, if Gail comes on, I did want to give an update about the mural.
Okay.
It didn't really matter maybe to others right at this moment. I don't want to overwhelm schools, but I haven't connected with Alex yet, who you put me in contact with, but Gail had suggested, if you can hear me, Gail, reaching out to a guy named Matthew Denton, who lives in Corinth, and he's got like a hashtag mural world. Put that straight before I meet with him tomorrow. But he's really excited about our project as well, and I think it would be good to talk to Alex and to Matthew about really how to connect with the schools as best we can without adding a burden to them.
Yep.
So.
Yeah.
So Monique, you know Matthew.
Yeah.
Okay. What
you've worked with him more? I've never. He'd
be great with the kids. He's available.
Yeah.
You know, he's totally available. I don't know.
He's really psyched about the project.
Yeah, this is what he wants to do. His website is Color the World.
Color the World.
Yeah,
right.
Or Matt colors the world or something like that. Anyway.
And he kind of has this graphic style that might be cool, where he it looks like an outline, almost like a coloring book, and then they're really colorful.
Yeah.
I think you just gotta stay on top of him as far as like project completion and that kind of stuff, like following through.
I've done a couple of projects with him here. He's done a couple of events for me, and he's been there. So
he's been there. Okay, good.
Yeah, I mean, I hear you though, Monique.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you. But yeah, I think that it would be really cool. Plus, his daughter is coming of age. Okay. You know, so it sort of fits in with his needs.
No, that's a good idea.
You know.
Yeah.
And he's very local, and he'd probably be free.
Yep.
I actually have a little more funding from that PNG grant, which is the where we're connecting with the team. So we might be able to offer him some commission and also purchase that mural board. Which
cool. Good.
Important.
Nope. I gotta take a call from Carol, but
all right, well, keep me posted on anything you need from me, Ashley. And I'm so sorry I missed today. I'm out of it. It's overwhelming.
Oh, it's okay.
No worries.
Okay,
Thanks,
guys. Thank you.
Bye.